For those who would like to say goodbye to my brother Matthew Brooks before he stops breathing, inbox me and I will tell you where he is so that you could go see him. If he's not at the hospital anymore, more than likely he is back at the rehab center. So I will give you the information so that you could contact and go and say goodbye before he takes his last breath. Basically, cancer has won, and I don't know why, but my brother refused chemo, and then by the time he decided to get chemo, the chemo would not work. That's what the doctors told me yesterday when I went in there, and I had to tell a story. I just went on to one of the doctor's offices and told them that I was my brother's mother so they would tell me everything, because for some reason, the sisters that my brother have with the same mom, because this is my brother on my dad's side, they decided to keep that all to themselves and never tell me anything. The hate is real, people. He's my favorite brother, and he's the closest one to me, and he didn't tell me himself because he doesn't know. Everybody's sitting around his bed telling him he gonna make it, and he gonna walk out of there with no lungs and no organs and no white blood cells and no immune system and cancer the size of a watermelon in his body, super aggressive like Gizmo and the Gremlins, and it's like, nah, let me go out here and tell my brother the truth. I found out the truth because my brother calls me every day, and we were on the phone. And while we were on the phone, a doctor walked in from palliative end-of-life care asking him when would he agree to hospice. That's how I knew. And my brother said, I don't think that's what it means. Don't hospice just mean pain management? I said, let me get out here and tell my brother. So I went to tell my brother the truth and also tell him goodbye. I sang to him, had my ladybug costume on, made him laugh, took a cold wash rag, cleansed his body, anointed him with frankincense and myrrh, and I actually even saw my father's face flash on his while I was wiping his body down. So yeah, he's gonna go, and I got him ready for his transition. I told him to be free, tell Dad and all of them that I love on the other side, hello, and make sure you set up whatever you need to for your son, which I'm sure his wife already did that. She's a crumb snatcher, so she made sure that my brother never had a dime once he got with her. Also, yeah, I feel bad for his son because he's never going to know his dad's side of the family. She keeps him away from us and never let anybody see him. She didn't even ever let my brother get him overnight, and that boy's 6 years old. She wouldn't let my brother come to her house to see him. My brother had to go to the bus stop or to the school to see his son. Ever since her mother had moved in with them when my nephew was like 1, my brother got her away from his mother for a second. They lived on 147th at Kinsman, and that's when the family got to see him. That's when the little boy got to actually know who we were. But his wife wasn't having that, so she left, moved out Willoughby. My brother had to go stay in a hotel near her house. So tell me how that was any kind of marriage. But my brother never knew what real love was. He only had one woman in his life truly loved him, and her name was Laura. But he didn't love Laura right, so she left. That was the only woman that loved my brother. For real, for real. After that, all the other chicks, and before that, all the other chicks, they just used my brother, unfortunately, because he has such a big heart that he cares more for others than himself. That's why he would not tell the family that he was so sick, because he didn't want to worry anybody. So I went in there and told him the truth. Because as my one gonna say to me, the one gonna say to me, and he being brutally honest, you shouldn't have did that. Well, honey, you ain't never been honest your whole life, so you don't know nothing about honesty. All you know how to do is lie, scheme, and lie. That's why me and you don't hang out and don't talk or none of that. So please miss me with that fake ass shit. Please do. You didn't even come say goodbye to your own daddy. What the fuck I care? You don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. And I don't care. I really don't. You know, for those that want to come to me and try to pull my positive on purpose card, guess what? This is the positive truth. Period. Okay? And if I got to go say goodbye to my brother to make sure I'm not laying around crying because I don't know what happened, then that's what I had to do for me and him. And Daddy. Daddy would have never been cool with me not going to tell that boy the truth. And that's what was wrong with a lot of people. They didn't like my dad because he told the truth. So he had to isolate himself from his whole entire family. And I don't care. I don't. The truth must come out. I'm not going to stand at some funeral and tell a dead body how I feel. I'm going to tell the person why they're still here. Now, hopefully, that's the last person I got to go say goodbye to like that, because let me think. Do I love anybody else like that much? I love my mother that much. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it as far as blood-related relatives. Because, why should I do that? I did that for my brother because he's the only sibling I really have. Just because we're related by blood doesn't make you close to me, doesn't make me love you or you love me. So he's the only sibling I honestly have who loves me and I love them. We talked all the time. He the only one used to come check on me and my kids, make sure I was okay, especially when I was sick. And because of him, I believe that that's the reason that dude didn't go so hard on me when I was in the wheelchair, because he knew that my biological brother was near and would be here and would make sure that he couldn't harm me. Too bad he didn't let me be the same kind of protector for him against that woman that he married. But her fate will soon come, like everyone's does. Her fate will soon come. Yep, that's what it is, you guys. And I'm done crying, and I'm done hollering at folks, and I'm done saying anything else to anybody else about the whole situation, period. What's up, bro? For what? What? What's wrong with your shoe? Let me see the shoe first, because every time I hand over my glue, it never come back. Just like my black scissors. I had to go in your room and hunt those down. You can't come borrow something, never give it back, and then act like, oh, you tripping because I asked to use something. Bring things back when you borrow them. All right, that's all I had to say today on YouTube. And like I said, go say goodbye to your loved ones. Don't let your family cheat you out an opportunity to have closure. Don't let your blood-related relatives tell you what to do when there's somebody laying in the bed about to die, unless they laying there in a coma and it's just about a whole unplugged thing. Nah, you don't need to wake them up and tell them that. But if they wide awoke, alert, eyes open, sitting up talking, actually could get up out the bed and go to the bathroom, tell them so they can set their affairs in order. Would you want somebody to cheat you like that? That's why I don't vibe with you now, little girl.